What's up, guys? I have been using the iPhone 5S for 7 days now, 1 week, and I'm going to give you my unbiased opinion. This is not about what the iPhone can't do. This is about the user experience. The user experience that everyone talks about how great the iPhone is. Is it really true? Does the iPhone have a better experience than Android? Now, I would like to say before the video begins that this is 100% unbiased and this is my experience, not your experience, my experience. That's not to say others won't have similar experiences. Now, another thing I would like to say is for every bad thing that I found on the iPhone or iPhone 5S thus far, I would like to say that I wish I could have found one thing positive, but that's not the case. This isn't about fanboys, this is about experience. So get ready for Android versus iOS Season 2. So just to clarify, this video is not about what the iPhone can't do. I already made a video about that. It's 100 things the iPhone can't do, and I'll leave the link down below. This is about the user experience. It is about me using the iPhone for 30 days and documenting my experience and comparing it to Android. So the first thing, like any other device that I get, I always download my applications and set up the hardware like my Pebble watch. So let me give you a quick rundown. This is my Pebble watch, and as you can see, there are no Bluetooth devices that are paired with it. So let's talk about what the experience was on the iPhone. So I'm going to go ahead and, of course, I downloaded the Pebble app. So as you can see here, I'm going to load it. And I'll do the same thing over here so we can do it side by side. I'll go ahead and load the Pebble watch. So there's two of them. So initially, I remember my experience with Android. It was very easy, super easy. Over here with iOS, I went ahead and let's get started. Okay, pairing Pebble. I understand this. Okay, let's start. So I went ahead and pushed start. As you can see, there it goes. Okay, pairing Pebble. So at this point, I'm thinking that my devices are being paired just because it says pairing Pebble. And then all of a sudden, I waited and wasn't really paying attention. Oh, this guide helps you set up Pebble or set up Bluetooth for pairing your Pebble watch. Okay, let's go here. Oh, wait, I have to go into settings. Okay. Then settings, Bluetooth. Okay. Remember, I could be a new user. I don't know the iOS interface. So you got to understand that from a new user's perspective, this could be a little cumbersome. Maybe I should write this down because there's a lot of steps. Of course, I understand this because I've been using iOS for some time, but still, okay, once I do this, all right, okay, now I'm done. So then I have to exit the app. Okay, it's offline. Wait a minute. So now I thought there was pairing. Okay, now I have to go into settings. Do you see how cumbersome that is? Now let's go ahead and look at Android and see how easy that was. Okay, remember, there are no, you can see right here. Oops, I just turned it off. Give me a second. Bluetooth on. Let me just see if it can focus here. There are no Bluetooth devices. Click to connect. Okay. Oh, do you want to pair with your Nexus 4? Sure. Let's go ahead and hit OK. Connecting. Give it a second there. And that's how easy it is to connect a Bluetooth device to your phone. Of course, it could take, a couple of seconds. And that was it. Compared to iOS, it just took forever. Oops. I have to make sure and accept, pair. That was it. Okay. Easy as 1, 2, 3. So after I set up my Pebble watch and I downloaded most of my applications, the next step was to, of course, set up all of my social networks. And I did. And I'm going to show you that I am logged into Facebook. I'm going to go ahead and push on Facebook. As you can see, I am logged in. It works. Not a problem there. So I was browsing the web and I stumbled upon a really good article called CyanogenMod and Oppo. Okay, and I wanted to share this with my Facebook friends. So I figured, cool, I know that the integration with iOS and Facebook now exists. So I'm going to go ahead and share this. Mind you, I am using here, I'll show you. Let me jump into a different browser, Safari, so you guys can see. Here's a different article that I want to share. 100 things the iPhone still can't do that Android can. Okay, so I'm going to share this with my Facebook friends. Okay, no problem. Remember, I'm logged into Facebook, as you guys saw. There's Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and push on Facebook, and then no Facebook account. Wait a minute. I thought I downloaded Facebook and I logged in. What do you mean I have to? You mean I have to re-log in again? Settings, okay. So apparently there's another Facebook built into iOS that I have to also log in. So in theory, I have to set up 2 Facebook accounts. Now that's pretty cumbersome because it's not smart enough to know that I already downloaded Facebook and it could use those credentials. Okay, so now I have to go ahead, log in again, put in my password, sign in. So unlike Android, it just works. So those of you that follow me know that I'm a huge home automation freak. So there are not applications on iOS like they are on Android, so I had to default to the standard Vera Mobile application on iOS. I figured I need something to control my home automation, so I guess this will do for now. And I'm going to go ahead and install it over here on my Android device, freshly installed so you guys can see, because I don't really use this application, but I figured why not. So I went ahead and installed it. Go ahead and load that. My username and password. Now, I don't remember my username and password because this is something that I set up once. And over here on Android, all of the applications automatically find my device. And let me show you. So needless to say, I still haven't set this up because I have to go to my PC to I forgot my password so I can resend it. Over here, I just have to remember, I can put in my password or just push on refresh. Do you want to refresh? Yes. Watch this. There it is. Found my devices. Not a problem. Everything is there. So once again, I have to go through so many more steps over here on iOS just to set something up that, again, on Android, it just works flawlessly. So as you can see thus far, setting things up hasn't been as easy as it is on Android. Now, everybody talks about the simplicity on iOS, and that hasn't been the case so far. Remember, this is 100% unbiased. This is based off of my experience. So how is the experience being someone that uses pretty much all of Google services? And here's where it gets really interesting. Despite me having to log into every single application on Google services over here on iOS, unlike Android, if I download YouTube, if I download Google+, it already knows that I have an account with Google, so I don't really have to sign in. I just have to confirm that that is me. On iOS, I had to continue to log in, and it was pretty annoying, needless to say. However, remember, I am being 100% fair here. The experience, the Google experiences on iOS, to me, are much better than Android. And this is something that I don't know if it's because iOS has stricter requirements through the App Store. I don't know if it's Apple, that they're requesting this, or I don't know if it's just the different developers that work at Google just want it. To me, iOS is a lot more polished. And let me show you a couple of those examples. Actually, let me load both of them up. I don't know if you guys can see this. I took a screenshot. Well, you guys didn't see that I took a screenshot, but I did take a screenshot a few minutes ago to show that I was updating to iOS 7. Okay. Now, automatically, it knows that I took this picture, and I can go ahead, and I do this a lot. So this is actually a really convenient feature. I can share this with you guys, which I'm actually going to do in real time. You guys will see this post. Just updated the iPhone. Okay. This is real. I'm actually going to publish this. Go ahead and done and share. So see how convenient that was. If I had taken a picture with Android or a screenshot, I'd have to go in and dig through all my pictures. So remember, I'm being 100% fair here. The experience is so much better, it's much better on iOS. That was just one example. Okay. Now, if I'm reading through the comments here, let's say here, let's find a good one. Here's one. I can actually swipe through comments. Okay, that I just had one comment. Let's find one that has multiple ones. Here's one. Nice pics. I don't know if you guys can see this. Nice pics, and I can go ahead and swipe the comments. Look at that. Swipe the comments. That is really neat. I can't do that with the Android side. Okay. Now, I don't know if there's going to be an animated GIF or animated GIF, but on Android, I actually have to go into the thread to actually see that animated GIF. On iOS, and unfortunately, I don't know if there's going to be one. I can't control that. I don't know what you guys post. But if there is one, you have to take my word on this. The animated GIF will just play through the timeline. Okay? Now, in terms of notifications, Here's another thing that's really neat. Let's say I look at my notifications here. Okay. So I have 3 notifications. Let's say I already read that one. I can swipe it away. Swipe it away. Now on Android, it doesn't work that way. I either have to, if I do that, it goes away, or, I hate that by the way. If you do this, it automatically sucks it back in. Come on, Google. And here is the other one where I could just all caught up. But did you see there was no cool animation? Now, unfortunately, I don't know if I'll get a cool animation here. Even the loading, look at that. That looks pretty neat compared to this one. And I might just be being nitpicky here, but there's let me show you here. I guess it won't work, but it has really cool animations. But anyhow, the experience on, and I'm not going to go and sit here and show you all of the Google services, but I can tell you right now, for the most part, the Google services, as being a Google user, the experience is so much better on the iPhone compared to Android. And that's really strange, because to me, I would think it would be the other way around. So leave your comments down below if you think that this is an Apple requirement, or if it's just the developers that are working on the iOS side that are creating these or making it more polished. Now, contrary to what Apple wants you to believe, the iPhone still does not do true multitasking. And I'm going to give you a few examples here. For example, when I listen to even iTunes Music, and if I load a specific application, that application or the music pauses, and yeah, it doesn't work. However, you could probably argue and say, well, Armando, the developer hasn't updated the code, and that's why it's doing that. And that's fine and dandy. But I'm going to show you a few examples that show that iOS does not truly multitask. Here's one example. When I am watching a YouTube video, sometimes I need to adjust the brightness. And if the video is playing, I do that in real time. Now watch what happens on Android when I play and I use the pull down notification.
iPhone 5C are now available to purchase. And it's just really a rebranded iPhone 5 with just...
You can see the video continues to play and it works just fine. Now let me show you over here on iOS what happens when the video is playing and I bring up the command center.
It's just really a rebranded...
It pauses the video. Wait, but I just wanted to adjust the brightness a little bit here. And as you can see, now I have to go ahead and push on play. That is just one example. I'm going to go ahead and show you another example. But before I do, remember I talked about how Google applications are better on iOS? Here's a great example. If I wanted to play, just going back to that other one, since we're here, and I want to be fair, going back to the Google applications, if I wanted to play over here on iOS, all I have to do is push on that play button. Really simple.
Minor modifications. So I sat down with a couple...
Now on Android, I'd have to come over here, push on it once, the screen, and then hit play. So that's 2 steps. Okay. Over here, if I wanted to refresh, all I have to do is push down over here, pull down to refresh, and it refreshes the comments. I don't believe that you can even do that over here on Android. I'm not sure, and if I'm, for whatever reason, if you guys know, but I'm pretty sure that you would have to exit the video, come back, and then do a refresh. So once again, Google services are so much better over here on iOS. And being somebody that loves Google services, I must say that I'm a little bit shocked to see this. Not a bad thing. Like I said, this is about experience. Now let me go ahead and show you that other multitasking issue that I was talking about. Now, in order for me to show you this next demo, I need to bring you over here to my computer. This is my Dropbox folder, and what happens is whenever I take a picture on my Android phone or using my iOS device, it should automatically upload here, and it does with Android. However, it doesn't do the same thing with iOS, and I'm going to show you true multitasking here. Now, as you can see on my Android phone, I am not running Dropbox in the background. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and clear everything. FYI, it's really nice when you can just push one button and it clears everything. So as you can see, once again, I am not running Dropbox. So I'm going to go ahead and take a picture. Okay. There we go. The time is 12:18. So I went ahead and took a picture, and I'll show you that picture here. 12:18. As a matter of fact, let me take another picture. I'll take a picture of, let me go ahead and have to shake this a little bit harder. I'll take a picture of Dell right here, just so you guys can see. Okay. I'm going to leave my phone here. And as you can see, it happens almost instantaneously. There it is. That's the picture of the time. 12:18, you can see. And the other one should be uploading shortly. And it usually takes a minute or so. The idea is whenever I go on a trip, I like that I can just come home and all of my pictures are uploaded. Now let's go ahead and take a look on iOS. I'm going to go ahead and clear everything here on iOS. I'm going to go ahead and so you guys can see. Now there's nothing that I can do to close everything out. I have to manually just do this. There, Dropbox is not running. Now I'm going to go ahead and take a picture. Let's see here. I'll take a picture of the time. There's that other picture, by the way. Let me go ahead and show you. That must be the Dell one. There's the Dell. Pretty bad picture, by the way. Okay, I'm going to take a picture of the Nexus 4 down here with the time of 12:19. Okay, I'll show you guys that picture. Actually, it turned 12:20 as soon as I took the picture. Anyhow, there's the time, 12:20. Now, this picture will not upload in the background. That is because it's not true multitasking. And this is a bummer because every time I go on a trip, when I get home, my pictures are not here so I can see them. I actually have to come over here to Dropbox, and when I push it, it will begin to upload. You'll see right now. A couple pictures here. There it is, camera upload. And here's the other problem that happens. When I start uploading, this happens a lot. And I took a screenshot of it. iPhone has pause camera upload to resume open Dropbox. This happens whenever, let's say I have a lot of pictures uploading and for whatever reason I'm using another app, it then pauses my upload. So I literally have to sit here, leave it open on Dropbox. And even then, sometimes when the phone shuts off, the phone has to be on the whole entire time for all of my pictures to upload. And there's a picture, by the way, so you guys can see. So that is not true multitasking. And I wanted to share that with you guys so you guys can compare the difference between Android's multitasking, where things actually run in the background, compared to iOS, where things don't run in the background but actually pause. Now here is one that is really important to me. It is the do not disturb. This is really important because I have scheduled do not disturb times during the week and during the weekend. Now, as you can see here on iOS, you can only set it by time. So it's either from 12 to 8:30 or whatever time you set it that you cannot disturb. You can't set it, well, on Mondays I want it to be this time, on Wednesdays I want it to be, on Saturdays on this time. This has to be one of the features that for me was really disappointing, mainly because on Android I'm so used to even having geolocation. So for example, I could say on my Android phone, I could say from 12 o'clock midnight to 8:30, I don't want people to disturb me if I'm at my house. But what if I'm at the club, or what if I'm partying? I don't want this to apply. So with Android, I can set it based off geolocation, based on a lot of different types of, you could say, conditions. With iOS, I was stuck to this schedule. So what if I'm out and about and this kicks in? And I can't hear my notifications or stuff like that. This was a really bummer, and I'm actually really disappointed that this doesn't work how it does on Android. Remember, it's about experience. To me, the Android version works a lot better. Of course, I am actually using an implementation with Tasker. So again, I have the flexibility here on Android. But with iOS, it's just pretty clunky, I guess you could say. Just remember, scheduled from this time to this time. And that's basically it. Not a lot of features. So yeah, not very happy with that coming from Android and my experience. Coming next week on Android versus iOS, Season 2. Lag, lag, lag. Lag, lag. Oh gosh. I thought this was supposed to be fast. This is Apple's website too. What the heck? I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to last all 30 days.